What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. All right, so here's the situation we have right here. We have Hurricane Adrian right over here in the eastern the eastern Pacific Ocean right here, a few hundred miles to the west of Mexico. And now we have Tropical Storm Beatriz that has formed over here. It was a potential tropical cyclone, then it became a tropical depression, and now we have a tropical storm right there, and we have hurricane watches that have been issued for this. But before we get into that, we're going to talk a little bit about Adrian just very quickly, just give you a quick update. Winds are now at 85 miles per hour. The pressure's down to 980 millibars. Hurricane force winds extend out 25 miles from the center. Tropical storm force winds extend out 105 miles from the center. Its current location is 16.4 degrees north, 110.7 degrees west. It is moving west-northwest at 7 miles per hour right now. So definitely something to continue to keep an eye on right here. And then we're going to go ahead and go to Beatriz right here. If we go ahead and take a look at the cone over here, this is interesting. We now have hurricane warnings that have been issued for this right here. This is expected to make landfall as a hurricane in parts of Mexico right here. So this is something that has just recently developed. They just issued the hurricane warnings about 5 minutes ago as I'm recording this. So this is absolutely something we need to keep an eye on right here. This is the biggest threat to land tropics-wise right here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the public advisory just to show you what's going on. Tropical Storm Beatriz forms off the southern coast of Mexico. Forecast to rapidly intensify. Hurricane warning issued for portions of the southern coast of Mexico. So this is what we have right here. A hurricane warning is in effect for this province right here. We have some hurricane watches in effect. Same with tropical storm warnings. Guys, I'm not from Mexico. I can't pronounce these, so I apologize. If you could let me know the pronunciation, let me know in the comments down below. But here's what we got going on right here. It currently has winds of 40 miles per hour. Tropical storm force winds extend out 45 miles from the center. It is moving west-northwest near 12 miles per hour, and its current location is 15 degrees north, 99.4 degrees west. Here's the hazards affecting land. Wind, obviously, hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the hurricane warning area Friday and Friday night. Hurricane conditions are possible with the hurricane watch area on Saturday. Tropical storm conditions are expected where the tropical storm conditions warnings are at. We have rainfall. We are looking at 3 to 5 inches of rainfall with maximum amounts of 7. We also have a storm surge threat right here. A dangerous storm surge is expected to produce significant coastal flooding in areas of onshore winds. Near the coast, the surge will be accompanied by big and destructive waves. So that's definitely something we need to keep an eye on. The next advisory will be out at 7 p.m. right there. If we go ahead and take a look at the track models and the intensity, this is the track models of the latest for Beatriz right here. Track models basically have this thing going up to around a Category 1 hurricane. Majority of them keep it around 75, 80. Some have it up to 85, maybe even 90 miles per hour. If we take a look at the NHC official forecast advisory right here, it is expected to make landfall as a 70 knot or 80 mile per hour hurricane, according to the NHC. So this is what we have for the intensity models right here, according to this. And then we have the track models. This is the latest track models we have. The official NHC forecast has this thing barely making landfall on the Mexican coast over here, and then moving out to sea once again, moving through cooler waters and higher wind shear. If we take a look at the temperatures we have in the eastern Pacific over here, let's go ahead and pull that up. Right here, we're looking at global sea temperatures of around 31 plus degrees Celsius, which is about 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you who live in the United States, as well as the fact that if we take a look at the wind shear in the East Pacific, where it's going to be entering very good conditions for rapid intensification, similar to what we saw with Adrian, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to go ahead and show you some runs that we were talking about. We're going to go ahead and show you the HMON, the GFS, and the HWAR for Beatriz right here. This is the HMON. We have this. This thing is starting to organize and develop, strengthens into a tropical storm and hurricane quite quickly in the next 30 hours, according to this run from the HMON right here. Ends up getting up to down to 987 millibars before weakening right there and just starting to dissipate as it's approaching Mexico right here as it's off the coast due to those cooler waters and increased wind shear. Next, we're going to go ahead and show you is the GFS right here for Beatriz. The GFS has this thing rapidly intensifying into a 982 millibar hurricane right here has this as around a Category 1 system going into this right here. We're going to go ahead and take a sounding from the northwestern eye wall. Yeah, basically what we're looking at right here, we're looking at 70 knots, around 900 millibars. If we convert that down, that's going to be about 75 miles per hour, which would make it a hurricane by then. And as you can see, this gets down to 975 millibars off the coast of Mexico over here. And this is where it is at its peak strength. We're going to go ahead and pull another sounding. Yeah, at this point, we're seeing winds of almost 100 knots at 850, which if you convert that down properly, and according to this thing right here, we're having the winds at the surface around 70 knots, which is about 80 miles per hour. So definitely something we need to continue to pay attention to. There is going to be a lot of impacts. Now we're going to go ahead and show you the H-Wharf right here. The H-Wharf has this thing really rapidly organizing and developing and strengthening down to a 979 millibar system right here. We have a lot of winds at 850. We're going to go ahead and pull a sounding to show you guys what is going on as soon as this thing starts. There we go. So basically, we are looking at a wind just over 850 of around 100 knots right here. Gets down towards the surface around 85 knots, which is about 100 miles per hour, which would make this a Category 2 hurricane based off of what I've been looking at. And the H-Wharf has this a little further away from the coast. However, new runs have come out that have shown that this thing is going to potentially be making landfall or a close pass, as seen with the track models right here. So if you are watching this from the Mexican coast where you're going to be impacted by this, start preparing, start boarding up stuff. There's going to be quite a bit of wind with this. There's going to be some surge with this. I'm going to try to pull up some maps in the next video. We'll keep you updated as time continues to go on. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps us out, helps us make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. And if you want to come join the Discord server, have a little fun, or you want to help us out with Beatriz, feel free to join. The end screen right over there. Our link is in the description down below. But with that being said, have a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe.